Hello, hello. How are you? You know, your screen is not set up properly.
Me?
You just wanted green?
Yeah, I just have
You're like, I just want this sexy green behind
just
me.
green. Just green.
Just green.
Yeah, I decided to be one color today. One.
Yeah.
Just one.
Sorry, everybody. Let me get back to the chat. So we have a few people in here, and I know this is going to be an interesting.
Yeah, I know. It's a little loaded. We were having conversations earlier, and
Yes.
we were just having like reflective conversations. And I just always have to remind Liz, like, you showed up as like what the parent in a situation should be doing, hypothetically. And
Right.
You as a child have been showing up in that way. And I think that that's beautiful. And I just always tell her every time that we talk, I try to remind you, like, on the great days, on the shit days, like,
Yeah, and there's a lot. Like, there's some days where it's like there's so many positives that it's like, you know, so much of me wants to say, oh, I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna get to see him. And then the rest of me is like, I'm gonna get what Laura got. That cold shoulder walk back. And I only hope that I have the courage to literally yell and scream like Laura did.
I know.
And without cussing. That's gonna be my hardest part, is not being like, listen here, Mr. Douchey McDoucherson. I need to know. Did you perchance know what was going? Oh, look who's in the chat. Look who's in the chat.
Hi, Laura. My little beauty. I love seeing you every night protesting. I love it.
I know, right?
Hollywood. I was like, oh my gosh, we drove by there a couple months ago when I was in town.
It's almost like I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous that they live in LA. And, you know, but then at the same time, I'm like, I can't stand LA traffic. I'm not gonna lie. Like that temper comes out. Like, did you get your license out of a Cracker Jack box?
Maybe.
Like, I just need to know. Did someone else drive for you?
And Kelly Copter's in here too. Hi, Kelly.
Aww. Is it letting you click or no?
No, it won't let me click.
I tried. I definitely tried. So I'll definitely work some other magic to try to get it. So
it's okay. I trust that you can be the clicker.
I'm the clickery.
She's the clicker.
I do like the click.
She likes to click.
Just saying.
Hey,
Liz, you see that TikTok crews at Gold Base right now, outside Gold Base, that we're supporting the Scientology streets of LA Hollywood TikTokers. They're at Gold Base right now. Yeah, I saw it and I had to post something on it. I literally was just like, please say hi to my dad. Please say hi. Just say hi, Bob Ferris. Like, I would really love for you to, you know, to scream, right here, shouting, where is Bob Ferris? Where is Diane Anderson? Come out to your daughters want to see and be with you. Oh my bloody God. Now I have to rewatch that. Laura.
I was just going to say, we're going to be over here like a hot mess because literally we were planning this live and I jumped on TikTok to clear a message. And then I saw the live and I immediately posted it in a little group chat. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're there right now. This looks like Gold Base. And then I thought about it, and I was like, what if I'm wrong? What if they're not at Gold Base? What if they're just on the side of the road somewhere else random? But I was like,
no, there's no way to be wrong. Because realistically, I mean, Gold Base itself has that, you know, because Jackson planted all of those cacti, you know, those horrible bloody cacti everywhere. And so I'm sitting there like, I just want to sit down. Like the first time I went out there, I just want to sit down, and I'll be live at Hollywood. Oh, okay, everybody. If you have a chance, don't forget, Laura FM will be live at 7 p.m. at the Hollywood Scientology Center. So don't miss it, everybody. Don't miss it. You know, I will say, okay, so getting your opinion. Let's try.
Opinions.
And my eyes are blue.
I know. I keep trying not to look.
I'm like sitting there like,
how blue? It's like ocean blue.
I know it is very ocean blue right now. Oh, I forgot to say hi to everybody in the chat. Let me just throw that. I know Poet is here, Super Pup, the amazing Laura, Kelly FM, CC, Summer Savage. We're going to go through it as quickly as possible. We got Rhonda W, Susie Q. I love that name. I don't know. Every time I name Susie Q, I just want to be like, I want Babaluma, I want Bam Boom.
Tutti Frutti. Oh, Rudy. Sorry.
We have Chantel in the chat. We have A. Kenneth. Again, the amazing Helicopter. Parallel Jen. Okay, I think I almost got everybody. Betsy, so nice to see you. Jamie, I'm so glad a lot of the people that come and support me are in the chat. And before you know it, okay, well, we'll just keep talking. Enjoy the silence. Again, there's kids here. That's what happens.
Oh, okay.
We have PTS for life. Okay, so maybe some back tunes or something.
You're fine. We're fine.
I'm like, I can hear it through my headphones. I'm like,
yeah. Should we give a shout out to the TikTok crew that is like seriously like, wow, killing this, guys? Like it's so.
I'm so amazed.
This is a crossover. I love it.
It is, but it's also we have Gary Mankey in the house.
Ooh.
Yeah. Retired Red, thank you so very much. But so we basically it's almost like the TikTok crew is creating this new generation. First, you have Liz Gale, and her TikToks are bloody hysterical. Like I said no. I said no. No. And everything else that's going on. Mischief, thank you so much for coming. But it's, we've got Nora doing TikToks, and those are hysterical. And here we are not knowing whether or not Scientology is going to come to an end, not knowing whether or not people are really going to start seeing all of the crap that they do and make them, for lack of better words, atone for your sins. Like some of the things that you guys did to us, like it's no joke. Like you guys tortured us for no bloody reasons.
Yeah.
Oh,
some accountability.
We got TikTok Squirrel Crew. Mena, so nice to see you.
I just love when the worlds collide. To me, that's my favorite. And going on TikTok and then seeing that on TikTok Live, and I was like, and again, this is people that don't need to care. They don't have any reason to care. Like
they don't have any. It's almost like they don't have skin in the game, but they do. They do have skin in the game. Red, can you go ahead and pop up Lara FM's her YouTube channel, so that way we can get that? Because someone Enjoy the Silence just asked Lara, where can I see that? Hold on here. I'm gonna take myself out of the stream for a second so that I can fix something. Because the new position has it's got some sound effects that I'm let me handle. If you want to mention some of the other things, let me just get this real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're just going to talk about the TikTok group because this is kind of amazing. It is the coolest little crossover, and it kind of popped off on its own, which is even more amazing. And it's wild how quickly it has grown. I feel like since it started, that's like the big thing that you're hearing about and that you're seeing all the time, which is pretty amazing. And again, these people don't actually have to show up and care. And I like that a lot because I think it's so in what I think of the younger generation. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And it doesn't matter if it happened to you. If you see it happen and it's not okay, you're showing the hell up. And I freaking applaud everybody that does that, because doesn't the world need that? Like accountability in general, and just who's like, if something is happening in front of you and you see it and you don't agree with it, I don't think that being silent is a good thing in really any capacity. So I think this is just the most amazing little crossover and world collides, like just like two worlds come together, and it was so organic. Yeah, Poet said, I love the organic nature of, yeah, I do too. And growing up in LA, like I'm also like, do you remember us being a kid and seeing people protest at all? We were probably at protest pro Scientology because I have pictures to prove it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and they also, so with the Sewer kids, like I don't know if they did this at every base. Laura can let me know. But we you know how many, when we were in Florida, how many 5Ks that I got signed up for in the name of being, you know, part of the Scientology group, the group of kids that wanted to run. No, I didn't want to run. This isn't like someone's chasing me. No, I literally had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go for runs and get ourselves out there. And like, if someone was to ask, God, I'm a Scientology kid, like, isn't it wonderful? Don't I look so healthy? No, bitch, I'm dying inside. I'm dying inside.
Don't I look so healthy?
No. Don't I look so healthy? It's called starvation. I'm dying inside and I'm starving.
Amazingly, just eating healthy and sleeping and not having all that stress is usually much healthier around. But
yeah. Who are we to judge?
Yeah.
Who are we to judge?
Right.
But, you know, at the same time, I love what the TikTok crew is doing. I love what Streets of LA is doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a whole new genre.
I know. And I'm here for it. I like to just sit and watch, and I'm just like, oh, this is great.
Whether it's getting my dad out, whether it's getting Phil Anderson, whether it's getting Diane Anderson, whether it's getting, you know, someone else's son, daughter, aunt, uncle, brother, who cares? It's getting people out, and we're letting people know, and other people are participating.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, right there is,
it's beautiful. Right. It's beautiful.
Yes.
I'm seeing like the actual, and this is what we were kind of talking about, is these people are showing up in ways that normally we would think, like, if like I'm a parent now, I would think that that's how you would show up for your kid, loud and proud, like you're there, you're fully supporting and being there. Like the same thing I told you, Liz, you've been doing that for your parents in a lot of ways.
My dad every day.
Yeah.
And as we had that conversation, you know, it's basically, Anik, thank you so very much for coming. We see Colts be Colton. If I missed you, I apologize. This is just a heavy topic, everyone. But it's basically turned into, you know, it almost felt like it wasn't real. Like, even though the second gens were talking out about Scientology, and we were explaining all the shit we went through and all the shit we went through as Sea Org members, because this is what we were supposed to be doing. And then all of a sudden, oh, we have Tommy from the lifeboat just showed up. But it literally, it feels like it's coming to an end. Like the world is participating now, and we can finally get people to start looking.
Yeah.
You know, and once you get people looking, then they draw crowds. Those crowds start looking. What are you going to say when the truth is like right in front of your face?
Right.
Like,
right. It's hard to refute that many people that were at different places in different years and that have very similar stories. And we've said that a lot. Like when we're talking behind the scenes and saying, did this ever happen to you? Does this sound like, and that's what Liz, I talked to you about this earlier. I said, it's been really, really beneficial for me to talk to other kids that grew up similarly, because some of the stuff I've rejected Scientology so hard as a kid, and I rebelled against it. So I didn't do a lot of it, because KSW, keeping Scientology working, they're going to ask you when you go there if you want to be there. And I would be like, no, of course I don't want to be here. Are you kidding me? So I was not a good Scientologist.
Yeah, you were not a good Scientologist. That's not a good Scientologist thing to say.
And I wouldn't even consider myself a Scientologist. I was just born into a family that was. I never liked it.
Yeah, and I considered myself a Scientologist.
See, and I didn't. So I think it's different. It's still peeling back the layers of stuff, but it's different in what and where and how. So it's been, for me, I've been learning about it more, which is so strange to say. But like talking to it's people,
it's learning in a good way, because you know what, some of the stuff that Liz Gale has explained to me, or I've heard on her lives, I'm like, oh man, I went through something so similar.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, I just didn't bring any attention to it. And then all of a sudden I'm listening to other people saying it, like Lara explaining what her family dynamic is. And I'm like, sorry, I said dynamic, everybody, it's family. But it almost like jogs memories, where you're like, you're right, that's exactly what my family was.
Yeah.
You know, except one person was abusing the shit out of me. And I would really like to look at my dad in the face and be like, hey, did you know? Did you know?
Yeah. Were you present and just pretending to not know? Did you and again, it's kind of like institutionalized abuse. It's like, it's okayed. Like it's okay. Because you're not really a kid. It's just, you're an adult in a little body. Right. And you're just an old soul. It's okay. Like you're okay to be held to the same standard, which we know that is so incorrect. Like the brain development is not what they think it is. There is
because I can tell you, I can honestly tell you from my own experiences, like that, it messed me up. It literally, it made me not trust a lot of people. And then when I finally start trusting people, if there's betrayal at all in there,
like
it's gone.
You're out.
It's out. You're done. Like there's no second chances anymore. Like I've given too many chances to have people hurt me. And I'm not that person. Like I'm not that, for lack of better terms, that weak person that stood there and just got the shit kicked out of me on a regular basis. I'm not that person anymore. Like I can throw hands too. But at the time I didn't think I could. I didn't think I could talk out. I didn't think I could talk back.
Right.
And now look at me, I'm 43 years old and I'm finally talking about Scientology, finally talking about the shit that we went through. And whether, you were at Pinewood Academy, whether you were at, any of the Scientology schools, you got abused. Whether it was physical or emotional, it was still abuse. They were abusing your mind to the idea of this is the only thing you needed to learn.
Yeah.
And
then stuff.
Right. And everything else doesn't matter because all of a sudden you come out and you're like, what, someone like, let's say someone walks up to you and says, hey, have you heard about the Constitution? The what? What? Freedom of speech? Freedom of religion?
Yeah.
No, I've never heard of it. Did they teach that somewhere? And then when you get out to school, I'm like, why didn't I learn all this when I was younger? Like, why wasn't this important?
Why weren't we learning how to learn this?
Right? Instead of learning how to look up a word in a fucking dictionary over and over and over.
Repetitive. Yeah. And again, it's so sad because how many of our parents probably got into this thinking this was such a revolutionary thing?
I know my mom did. My mom absolutely did. I don't know what your parents did, but I know my mom got into it because she had a husband cheat on her. And she had quit school her senior year with 12 units left, 12 units. And she was going to have a degree in not in microbiology. That's me. She was going to have a degree in chemistry. So what? 12 units.
Yeah.
12 units. That's 3 classes. 3 classes she could have taken and been done. And instead she found the Church of Scientology, where they rob you of your spirit, your livelihood, your family,
your freedoms.
And, if you want to, someone had messaged me the other day, what was it like prison, like for us? Laura, are you available? You still here? Where are you, Laura? I want to get her opinion too. Because you went to Mojave, correct?
I did.
Okay. Yeah. So let's do this. I think she's busy, but I always want to know what Mrs. Anderson is doing. I love saying that. I don't know why. She makes me think of
The Matrix.
The Matrix all the time because she is, she can read through the lines. And it's like, that's right, Mrs. Anderson. That is right. We have One Love, 51,000.
51,000, it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, it didn't feel like prison, if that makes sense as a kid. Like you had your repetitions. You knew what time muster was for your parent. You knew what time mealtime was. You knew what time lunch was. You know what time dinner time was. And if you happen to be, let's say, scrubbing, a dumpster, because we did get assigned to scrub dumpsters a lot, and you happen to miss lunch, it didn't matter. Just keep working until dinner. Oh, you happen to miss dinner as well? Keep going. You'll eat tomorrow. So was it like prison? They call prison is like, Tommy couldn't tell us, 3 hots and a cot. You get 3 square meals. They may not be good, but they're meals. You have a place to sleep. half the time we didn't even know where we were sleeping. You know, and that has a lot to do with, were we staying at the babysitters, or were we going to be sleeping in the mess hall? Like, or I know a few kids got stuck in the garage because they couldn't get into their building. So right across the street, so you have AOLA. AOLA, I know Serge likes doing this. So AOLA is like this building right here. Across the street, there's a parking garage. And a couple of times, some of the littler kids, like that were littler than me, couldn't get into their main building. And so they slept in the parking garage. And I remember that as like a big thing.
That's horrible.
You know, but it wasn't horrible back then. For some reason, it wasn't horrible. But now as an adult, I'm like, you made them sleep outside in the cold?
Yeah. Now that you're like in a parental role at an age where you are able to make your own decisions, it's kind of wild to think about some of the stuff that either they did or that happened around you or that you saw happen.
Right. And
it was, pretty.
I know a lot of people mentioned a lot of bullying that happened. I personally didn't get bullied. I thought everyone was my friend. I thought every kid was my friend. Well, except the ones that went into the Commodore's Messenger. Oh. I know. Like, unfortunately, if you were my friend before you went into the Commodore's Messenger, you were not my friend afterwards, because you became a dick.
Oh, they got a real hard.
They got their ethics in, and all of a sudden they became like hardcore, like, and they would yell, and yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah, like kids sleeping in a parking garage is child abuse.
Yeah.
No more kids in Scientology. How about you know, if these parents don't really want to be parents anymore, like if let's say by some off chance that I get to see my dad, or you know what, that one of the people record him that is there at Gold Base right now. Look for every blonde hair, blue eyes, and it's white hair, basically. But if, let's say he tells me, you know, I knew about your abuse and I did nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want him in my life. I don't. Yeah. Anybody that could let me go through that, I don't want in my life. But if he had no idea that that's what's going on and that's what was happening to me, I absolutely want you in my life.
Yeah.
Absolutely want you in my life. Is there a possibility he'll lie to me? Why not? He let them lie to me about him being dead. You know,
it's just such a wild thing. Who lies about someone's parent being dead? I still remember the day that you messaged me that, and I was like, what?
Right. Because I messaged you after I got got the call, and I was like, I don't quite understand what's going on. Like,
it's bizarre.
You know, can they really collect after almost 20 years? Like, okay, do I have to figure out how to pay it? Like, and of course it crosses my mind. It's going to go on my credit. Oh God, I'm not going to be able to buy that big, beautiful house in Beverly Hills. Oh wait, no, I don't want one in there. But it's just like, it's monumental.
Yeah.
But
and it hits you at your core, because that's what you've been raised to think is what happens and what is okay and acceptable. So, well, other people that are never in it might look and say, that sounds absolutely absurd and insane.
Yeah.
It does, but when you're used to that, that's what is going to be normalized to you. And that's the sad part, is that so many of us get out and make some more than others, for sure. And they don't have that experience of much of the real world. And it's a real shock to go from being that isolated and that little of a community to being out in the real world.
Yeah, it can be. So One Love 51,000 question. Do you actually know that your dad knew they told you that? I don't know. Those are questions that I would love for him to answer. Because here's the thing, like, one minute he's talking to me, we have a great, you know, I was 21 years old. We have a great time. We eat way too much food. We get to hang out. Everything's great. And then he gives me a big hug, says that he'll talk to me soon. I talk to him soon. I tell him I'm gay. And then I call at our normal, our normal every couple months. And I call again. And then suddenly I'm told he's dead. So do I know that he was, do I know that he knows this information? No, but I'm going to keep screaming it on YouTube. And if they want to show him my videos, they're more than welcome to show my videos. Like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Robert Forrest Ferris, you are my father. I went through this because of a decision that you made.
Yeah.
Not we chose you guys. Because the idea, if I hear, I'm going to vomit if one more person tells me that we chose our Scientology family. Like, there was no choice. It's called We Are Smaller Than a Thumbnail. Like, you know, anybody that has taken basic biology or anatomy, there's no choice. You know, but at the same time, it's like, they can answer my questions. You know, if I get to see him, I can you don't want to talk to me anymore. You don't want to be in my life. Fine. I'll move on to the next person. I will absolutely move on to the next person, and we'll get Laura's parents out. Because if my dad does not want to come out, I'll focus hardcore on making sure Laura gets hers.
Yeah.
You know, if she could get a hug from her mom or dad, like, would I love a hug from my dad? Yeah. I thought you were dead for almost 20 years. But at the same time, I'm also, I need to know if he knew.
Yeah.
You know, and that is one thing I keep going over with my therapist is that no matter how hard I push to get him out, no matter how much I explain of my past, I'm still showing up for him. Just like you said, I'm still showing up for him.
Yeah.
You know, and as you eloquently put it earlier today, because yes, everybody, I had to take notes while Elysia was talking. Let's see. Yes, this is my handwriting, everybody. Sorry. It's very girly and bubbly. We do what our parents should have done. The idea that, you know, our parents weren't there for us. You know, I don't know how much your parents were involved, but most parents that are in Scientology kind of look at us like it's not that big of a deal that we had to raise ourselves.
Yeah.
All right. Helicopter, Liz, I feel so much for you. My Scientology parents were doing the abuse. I'm trying to build a relationship with my dad. It's hard. I want to try. Yeah. And I still absolutely want to try. I want to try. I want him to get to know my wife. I want him to get to know, you know, the kids. I want him to be the father that he should have been, or the grandfather, or whatever he can be.
Yeah. Any capacity.
Yeah. Be something. Your DNA matches mine. Like, there's no doubt that I am your child. I look just like your sisters.
Yeah.
Like the spitting image of your sisters.
Yeah. That
one drives me nuts. I'm like, I look so much like my dad's family. I used to tell myself I was adopted all the time. I'm adopted.
Me too.
I'm adopted. Like, I'm adopted. This is some bullshit. I'm adopted.
And then when I got older, I heard like how wrong it was to say that. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to say that anymore because it's wrong. You know, like
it hurts their feelings. Well,
no. It's wrong for people that are adopted because then they're like, what the hell? Because then they think of it differently because we're using it like we would not want to be chosen or picked into this family. So I try not to say that, but when I was a kid, I definitely did.
Yeah, I still do it. And I'm sorry for anybody that is adopted. Most of the people that are adoptive have amazing parents that at least that I know. Yeah. Hi, Witness. Thank you so much for coming. You know, but there's also people in the chat right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you had both of your parents or just one of your parents and they loved the ever loving shit out of you. Like you knew they loved you. And then I'll tell you why. Okay. So put either the 1 in the chat. If you didn't, if you had a parent similar to mine, put a 0 in the chat.
I as a mom, I hope that I see
more ones.
Yeah. just for me. I mean, I hope. And to be very clear, like my parents were not that way. So me hearing it is important because I don't like a lot of things that Scientology stands for. And I knew other people that had it much worse than me. Definitely knew.
Yeah. And that's always hard. So Chris H said, as an adoptee, it sucks. Even if it isn't directly to us, we hear and we feel like it's a direct insult. Okay. I'm truly sorry.
Right. So that's why I stopped saying it.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah, because that's not the intention that I had.
Yeah, that is not my intention. It was just more along the lines of, I kept thinking that a parent's supposed to give a specific amount of love. Like, you're supposed to feel that your parents love you, not feel like, it's their love is contingent on what courses you completed that week. Their love is contingent on what auditing you've completed that week, and then if you sneak because your nana gave you a TV and you sneak and get caught watching cartoons, oh, hell hath no fury, like the LRH comms kid watching TV. Like, you would have thought like I burned down the Capitol.
Yeah, it's so strange, the things that they don't want most Scientologists to see. They don't want you to listen to the news or the radio. It's all in theta. It's all down.
Right. It's all bad.
It's negative. And it's just like, but that's part of life. Like, in life. And this is why, even as an adult, it took me a long time to go through, like, process hard stuff. Like, death is a really
death is
a hard topic for me. I've gotten better, but it's not fun. And it took me a long time to really accept that it's final, because our parents' views were so, like, it's just not a big deal. You're gonna pick up another body. Like, no biggie.
Pick up a new suitcase. It's fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just get another meat body, and a little bit. Like, we'll see you again. Like, we've known each other for hundreds and thousands of years, and it's just like, it's a disservice to the life that anybody lived to then turn around and not acknowledge their existence, their life, whatever that may be. And that's been a thing that I get real pissed off about. My mom's deceased now for going on 2 years. She passed 2021. And then her birthday just passed. And I couldn't tell you how many people still go on her Facebook and say happy birthday. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? She's not here. She's not alive. Like, and it's all, I'm sure it's all Scientologists. Because it's like, I hope you're having good adventures and stuff. And I'm like, what? And I'm like,
it honestly wasn't until Carrie's dad passed away that I understood that. Because you know what? I'm not okay with him being gone. Yeah. Like, he was a good dad. Like, if you could picture anyone or whatever you want to picture, as long as they say, you know what, I love you. And they mean it.
And they mean it and they show it. Yeah.
They mean it and they show it. And it's like, before he left for work, anytime he visited, he had to give her a hug and he would tell her, I'd see you soon. And it was like, that's what a dad is.
Yeah. Yeah, parents' love is supposed to be unconditional, for sure.
Yeah, and it's unconditional for you and your kids, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong.
You can even imagine.
Parent is hard and they can annoy you. But I'm also kind of like, this is not, I don't want to say it's easy, but sometimes I'm like, they're kind of just chill. Like, they back talk a lot, but I'm their mom. So.
Most of my friends
I'm reminded of that quite often when they act up. My husband's like,
that's because of you. They're like, it has everything to do with the fact that, you're getting tenfold of what you were. If I get tenfold of what I was a pretty good kid. I was a pretty good kid.
Yeah. And you still are.
I didn't talk back. I let my grandma call me fat ass and chorizo, or not chorizo. She used to call me like, the biggest one is she started off with she called me oh my goodness. It was, what did she used to call me? It was gordita. She'd call me gordita when I was a kid. And I thought it was like the cutest little nickname. And then it became gorda. And while it was gorda, I'm like, it doesn't sound as cute as gordita, but okay, maybe it means something cute, like cute little one. No, I had to get told that it meant fat girl. Really? And then gorda means really fat girl. Like morbidly obese. Like, you would think I was a giant Oompa Loompa just walking around the street waiting for someone to squeeze out the juice. But
is this Nana that also gave you?
No, my Nana was actually my great grandmother. So she was my mom's dad's mom. So she was my great grandmother.
Okay.
And
so
she was the nicest human being on the planet. A little on the racist side, I'm sorry, but she was born in 1906. I'm really sorry. She was.
But you're doing better than they were. You're a better predecessor.
I have no judgment on color, creed, anything. I have none. I don't care what color skin you have. All I care is your character as a human being. Right. And once you show to me that you are not a good human being, I don't want you in my life.
Right.
It's that simple.
No, there's not really it's not really like a gray area with that. Like if you're doing stuff that is harmful or that is not impacting you in a healthy way, then why would you want to have anything to do with or be around that? Now, obviously, some people are just like you said, the way, like they're just maybe not as easy to be around, but you still want to have a relationship, and that's different because that's your personal choosing.
Absolutely. Because I know the people that are around me right now. You've got my friend Becky, okay? My friend Charisse. You've all met Charisse. She has come on here. She is from a Seventh-day Adventist. I'm probably saying that wrong, but you know, those two people I hang out with the most. I talk to you. I talk to Nora. I try to talk to Laura as much as possible. But I always figure she's a rock star and she's busy and I'm scared to bother her because she's a rock star.
She's a rock
star. So I just wait for her to message and then I'll be like, hey, I missed you. And then
he missed her too.
Yep.
The dog missed her too.
Yep. Yeah, there's some love there. Oh, CO Bill is in the house. Hello, CO Bill. Greetings. But oh, she did it. She did it. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Do you see her?
I don't see it. What is it? Oh, look at this rocker babe.
Right?
Look at this little rock star. Look at this goldenrod baby.
I felt like I could join. I'm driving. That doesn't matter.
No. It's all about when the rocker can show up.
Exactly. And I'm about to go rock out with my beautiful cock out in Hollywood Boulevard in front of Scientology.
I love it. I love that.
Oh, you're bringing Roger.
You got your little goldenrodder out there on the street. And just
right? Like what better than a goldenrod wiener?
Walking your wiener on the street on Hollywood Boulevard, as one does.
I mean, I was thinking about bringing Rodney this time.
That would be pretty good.
But you don't need Rodney to be a weapon. Just remember, it's you know,
he's her safety pillow. Safety.
Yeah. There's no weapon in my Rodney.
No,
that's right.
No,
although Rodney's a little on the stiff side, you know.
He still shows up.
I need him to be. That's exactly. He still shows up.
That's
He's
right.
there when I need
because
him.
what is the one thing that we did not have
rock
from our
solid.
parents?
He's Rodney.
Oh, dang.
Rock solid.
Yeah.
We did not have rock solid Rodney or a cushion pluff Rodney. You know, whatever I need Rodney to be is Rodney. Rodney is there showing up.
Yeah.
Straight up and down.
Yeah. Straight up and down. Like all day. And just always ready. Like always at attention. What more could you ask for?
Not limp.
I mean, that right there, like that is like the best comment ever. Always at attention, never falls over. Like there's no
always
at ease
ready
for Rodney.
To hear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Rodney definitely has not signed any billion-year contract. There is no control of Rodney. Rodney has full and utter attention for the SPTV community only.
I love that because a billion-year boner sounds like a lot of work.
They say after 3 hours you should go to a doctor.
I think we're all grounded as the mom here. I think we're all just grounded. We're grounded.
But at the same time, we're having a blast. So it's better for us to have a blast than it is for us to keep in. The fact that they are at gold base right now, how do you feel, Lara?
I love it. I was shocked. I was just going like, oh, what are the little TikTokers? Not little because they're awesome. But I was just funny. And I clicked on Jessica's stream and Chris without a hat. And all I saw were blue roof buildings. And I was like, no. And I was sitting at Surge with lunch. literally right after we were protesting with Alexa Eat Predators about her predator. So we were there supporting her at doing the protest, and we went and sat down for a little Mexican food in Beverly Hills, and I went on the TikTok just to look, let's see what the other YouTubers of Scientology are doing. And Jessica Pomaleska and fucking Pomadessa and Chris without a hat and all of them, they all are there. No, my mouth, I was like, you know what's so cool is that they don't have the fear that was drilled in us.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have
and that doesn't mean it's not scary. It's still scary.
Yeah.
It's still intense. You still got to be on your behavior in terms of the law. You can't let your emotions get out of control and you go punch somebody in the face, shit like that, right? So it's still scary, but it's absolutely amazing that we are 100% not alone, and that actually the whole world does understand the whole concept of the people inside will think that we are evil permanently until they leave. And when they leave or get any ounce of somebody, if there's any connection to anybody that might get them, or they hear something that plants in their ears long enough, those are the only things that are going to get them out. Like me and Liz have already been through this. We know that our dad and mom and father are not going to just walk out. Let me go talk to my daughter. That's not going to happen.
No.
We've been in and out of this system. We're lucky to be out. So first of all, we're lucky to fucking be out. So we've been in and out of the system. We know what they are and what is and what's not good to do. The point is we're probably never going to actually see our parents out in the state that we want them to. Yeah. But we can show the world what we're not assuming. We can show the world what they physically ignore and what they tell themselves not. Oh, can't talk to her, can't look at her.
Yeah, don't look. Oh my God, the suppression it's
you
contagious.
Might catch the cooties. Yeah.
See, that's why I say you can't catch the gay.
Yeah.
God can't catch the gay.
You can't catch the gay. Like I can't sneeze in your direction and you woke up gay. No, it's
but
not.
But they
how
don't
it
know
works.
that. They don't know that, Liz. They think you're gonna spread the gay.
Yeah, well, being the gay is kind of cool. It's kind of fun. It's exhilarating.
They just have no idea. Even if they wanted to have the gay, they probably, even if they wish they could be gay, they don't even realize that that's a beautiful thing.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And you have the freedom to do that.
Even if they had the chance to test it out.
Yeah.
They'd be on the RPF so fast. I don't care what anybody says. There is still an RPF. There's no way.
Even the thought of possibly thinking it's okay for another female or another male to have sexual interest and love, deep love for another human being is just so like for people to be like, oh, you should protest like this. No, bitches, none of you can shut the fuck up until you're there doing it yourself. Yeah. And then you can tell yourself what works for you or not.
But Laura, you tell me the day that you want to do it at Gold. And I will fucking be there.
I'm going up next week. The fact that these TikTokers
well, okay, you got to give me a little bit more time than that.
Okay, but I'm just saying, the fact that these, we can get you and your wifey easily to Gold Base anytime I go. No problem. And none of you will have to deal with it. You'll just have to deal with like 5 to 10 hours of your time. That's it. If you don't want to stay longer.
Yeah. No, I will go until the very end. I'll scream until I have no voice, just like I did at Celebrity Center. The only reason we had to go is I had to go number 2, not number 1, number 2. So I had to go. Like, bye.
She really had to go.
Good. Next time we will get you a porta potty. I have a bucket porta potty for camping. You can absolutely leave. Just kidding. Wow, that's so rude.
That's taking it to the extreme.
I was like, hey, whatever you guys want to do.
Didn't even Celebrity Center wouldn't even let you give them a little bit of shit that you helped them build.
Right?
Like, hey, I helped build this.
I helped build this toilet.
I fixed some of this shit up in this building. I made sure this shit was kept going for a certain amount of years. Is it possible that I could possibly take a uno dusito in your toilito?
Yeah, you can even send me to the garage again. Like, I know where the bathroom is in the garage.
You could send me to your dumpsters. That's fine.
Yeah, I cleaned those too, buddy.
I just want to make sure. We clean those with a toothbrush.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure. We were wondering
maggots touching us.
We could possibly shit at the place that we're, trying to close you down. You might as well. It's coming down. So Can I just shit in the toilet? I have many ado rights to be here in this toilet.
Yeah, many a doo-doo. Many a doo-doo.
Many a doo-doos. Many a doo-doo rights. And
you know, for as much as they took from us, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
but I do have to go back to the shitty part and say, Liz, it really is though. Your dad will ignore you. That's the fucked up thing.
Yeah, and I'm just and here's
I'm trying
the thing,
to be real and harsh with you, but that is
I prefer that.
Thing.
I prefer that over than sugarcoating, because realistically, we know what it's like on the inside. We know what it feels like.
Yeah,
you know. And I just hope that I'm as strong as you were to be able to scream, "I love you." And if those are the last words I get to scream to him, I'm okay with that, because he needs to know.
Liz, I think you're going to be nicer. I think you're going to be like, Dad, I love you. I think me and my dad did have multiple conversations of him trying to get me to leave and me trying to get him to not be so serious about the Sea Org and all that. So we've had all that. So that yell came from me after so much time saying, like, we've already talked about all this. It all hit me. I was like, I've already talked to him about all this. This is his decision. So that's what it came out, with me yelling, Dad, in frustration. I love you. And that's literally all I can say, because I don't know what else to say. But with your dad, maybe if he did come out, I don't know, maybe you guys have a different relationship where he kind of accidentally has a little bit too much empathy for you, or he kind of says, all right, well, what are you talking about? What are you so mad about? You know what I mean? I don't know. That could just also be me, because you know
positive?
what? No, not positive, but I also feel, let's stay uptone here. I also feel that everybody's father and fingerprint and everything, just like our stories, are different. And I don't know.
That's true. And what gets them out or what gets their attention is going to be different too, just because everyone's relationship is different and who they are without.
I'm not going to lie. There's a part of me that
But at the same time, right when I just said that, I'm like, no, but Bob Ferris is at Gold Base and he will definitely have the same exact reaction. So that's why I'm just being very blunt about it. Like, no, Liz, don't let your heart break too much. And remember that you're the one full of love, expecting this love to come out of the person who brought you into this world. So that is probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But
realistically not. Yeah.
Let it reflect on the love that you have.
Right.
How much love you give me, how much love you give your wife, how much love you give her kids, like everything. It's yes, I understand that your love and our love that we have, all of us have, is so thick and strong that we can't conceive our own fathers and parents being so unloving.
Yeah.
But Scientology does that. It takes away that.
It takes it away. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It suppresses that and doesn't encourage that in any capacity. You showing up doing the exact opposite, coming from a place of love.
Right.
I think is beautiful. That's why I think that's beautiful. Like,
in hate and anger and hate for the cop and everybody ignoring all this. I just was like, Dad, like, are you kidding? Okay, I love you. Like, I really do. I do love you. Otherwise, I wouldn't give a shit about you. In fact, I don't give a shit about you being in there. I do love you, and they don't have a connection.
Yeah.
Two things can coexist at the same time. You can
but
let
not
him
in Scientology.
Right. And it's not other people, it's just them. Yeah. And it's really wild that they still continue to lie about that when it's very documented and there's so much evidence to the contrary. So why keep lying about it?
Or if I hear one more person saying disconnection doesn't really happen, like,
oh yeah. And also, we call it lying or we call it something, and really it's brainwashing. It's the abuse. It's the end result of what Scientology accomplishes.
Abusing for years until you're broken. It was
never my choice. It wasn't Liz's choice. It wasn't Elisa's. Like, it wasn't our choices ever. None of these horrible decisions that were made by parents and children or being forced to have that relationship were never our own. It was, you have to have a choice. It's this or that. In real life, there's no such thing as a choice in family. Even in the legal system, you literally have to take care of your kid until they're legally not of age.
Yeah.
And that's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum.
Okay, I'm going into the weed store to get me some joints. I can stay on. I can mute myself because I can still hear you very clearly and everything. Are you guys down?
I always wanted to go into a weed store with you.
Okay, good. Well, you probably won't see much, but yes.
Probably not, but you know, while you're there, can you get me some good times?
Hey, honey, I can get you whatever you need. Whatever you like.
So Casey, Jeff at PTS for Life's father disconnected from him today. Broke my heart watching his live. Disconnection is real and continues despite Scientology's denials.
That's sad.
You know, there's one person that man, this camera and my eyes are so blue. It's crazy.
So blue.
I wouldn't mind if the amazing Liz was available. I wouldn't mind, because her mom is, saying disconnection isn't real too. And I would love my dad to come forward.
They need to look up what the definition of disconnection is. Do they mean like Scientology disconnection or actual disconnection?
Yeah, because they may be two different things to them.
No, right, to them, but to us it means the same thing.
The exact same thing.
Disconnection means, okay, so whether you call it SP disconnection or Scientology disconnection, or is it, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. I cannot speak to my father. Why is that acceptable? Why is this a policy letter of some church? Yeah. How does that make life better?
No.
Or, as Serge would say.
No person without their mother and father is a better person unless they are being abusive and manipulative.
Yeah.
And we try to say, oh, our parents didn't do that directly to us, blah, blah, blah. No, they did. By neglect is absolutely doing the same thing. Or even thinking, oh, I was a druggie and I thought I was doing the best thing by giving him off to my sugar daddy or whoever the fuck No, it's wrong. It's all wrong. And it's once they admit it, when they can admit it once, they will see the whole train. That's the thing. And when you try to deny it, then you will reject all of it all the way down.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
yeah. If one falls, it all falls.
With you. I'm listening. I just didn't want to
be
chapping while I'm giving my idea and stuff.
Here, I'll take you off the screen.
No, keep me on.
No, people want to see.
I'm gonna mute.
Okay, you mute. But
I love Laura.
We just need to put her in, create a little pocket, and that way she can be like, look.
I'm right here.
I live
in your pocket.
I live in your pocket. Just your pocket pet.
Just to say it while I'm live, La Brea Collective takes cards if you're in the Los Angeles area, and they have some dope ass deals. Literal dope ass deals. Okay.
I love those kind of deals.
Pun intended. Pun intended.
Yeah, because have you ever? I know you and I had a conversation about it once. You were not into the weed or the alcohol, or
never tried. I'm a boring lady. I never tried.
You're not boring. You're not boring.
No.
I've been drunk so many times. Like, let's not count that high. It's kind of like the hoe train. That's why we call it the hoe train. You don't want to have that discussion of how many is on the train. You just want to call it the train.
I mean,
but I didn't marry my high school sweetheart.
Yeah, I was going to say it's you can't compare that stuff. It's just
no,
because why you did it and why I didn't do it are similar reasons. Like, you did it because you had so much Scientology. I did it because I had so little a little bit, but the little bits that I got, I was like, okay, well, I don't really want to do anything. I don't want to be out of control because the few times I was out of control, it was not good for me in the long run as a woman. So I just didn't want to do any of that. So I've just never, done that.
I just love that she's ordering. She's like, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that. Ooh, that's a pretty color.
That's great. This is when you never expect a live to go this way, and it does, and it's brilliant.
I know, but there's a root beer behind you. Ask him if they have Keef root beer. You need to try use some Keef root beer. I know you muted it. Just, you could do it. Keef root beer. She looks so serious.
Yeah. She's a professional lady, okay?
So you see where she left her phone? On the second shelf in the fridge behind it, That's the fruit punch ones. Oh, now that's her butt.
Oh. Shoulder, maybe? Because I see hair. Maybe shoulder.
It could be. I love this. This is the best guessing game ever. Like, who needs to play bingo? Like, this
shoulder.
Is
shoulder. It's shoulder. Because look at
it's shoulder. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, shoulder. Okay, good.
See, this is like the best guessing game. I'm telling you. Like, who needs to play Scrabble? Like,
nobody.
I like that. She's like, hey, how you doing?
Just every now and again. Every now and again.
It just pops up. But, I love that you haven't done a lot of things.
No.
Like that makes me happy because there's a part of me that wishes I hadn't done so much stuff. There's a part of me that wishes that I, didn't do a lot of stuff.
But you know what? You did it because you had that bit of freedom. I was a rebellious kid and teen.
No, I did it because I needed to numb the pain that it caused. I'll be honest. Why did I use cocaine?
Fair.
Because it honestly numbed. I don't know if Tommy's still in the chat, but it numbed every ounce of pain that I had. Each person's response to it is a little different, but for me, I was able to function as a human being. No, I wasn't. I was able to function as a Scientologist where I had no emotion, because I could not take the emotion that was happening, whether it be from giving up a child, from hearing a child cry and just instantly like my whole throat would do the whole, like it was being squeezed. And then I wasn't able to deal with that. And then I had a mom that was telling me, oh, you just need to write up your overts and withholds. Just go write up your overts and withholds. You need to get yourself into the church and see if any of your courses just need to be redone because, the PTSSP course was a really good one for you. Bitch, I cried every day during that course, every single day, because they were demanding that I disconnect from every part of my family.
Oh, that sounds like it's really beneficial.
Yeah,
for everybody.
It was phenomenal. Like I know my family wasn't the best. And most of you here know that my mom's side of the family really hates my guts. My dad's side of the family doesn't like me much either, but at the same time, I want to be the one that chooses whether they're in my life or not.
Right.
I've had people come in my life that love bombed the shit out of me. And I really thought that this was like the best, coolest person, my best friend ever. And then come to find out that they didn't give a shit about me.
Yeah. And that hurts.
And it burns. Yeah. It burns. Jane Doe, thank you so much. But, most of us, it's hard. It's hard when you turn around and there's no family behind you. And so we're making our own family, Laura, we need to figure out a way to get you out of, we'll get you to drive up from Mojave.
She's not listening. She's still going.
I know, but, you need to experience this too, E. Like,
I know. I'm kind of sad.
I heard what you were saying, but then I cut out. And then did you say, I don't know what Laura thinks?
Yeah.
Did you want me to? Okay.
I always want you to answer.
Oh, okay.
I love it when you talk dirty to the camera.
I'm almost done too, guys.
Oh,
I'm getting my golden goods.
Oh.
Wait, Liz, what is the thing that you like? Because I would like to get you that.
What
drinkies?
Good Times. My favorite gummy is called Good Times. If you're talking about the drink, it's called Keef root beer.
Keef root beer? Anything Keef? The drink? Do you know anything about Mary Jones?
There's a tea. There's a tea. It's fruit punch.
She has the tea. Do you have? It's like fruit punch or something. Peach. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Perfection. It's going on
always.
The bill.
But no, those. Yeah.
Do you like lemonade too?
No.
No.
It tastes like licking a garbage can.
Wow, I can tell you what that tastes like, and that is not true.
So can I, because
Unless you were washing it with lemons.
Right? No, we had ammonia. Remember, that was our
ammonia
go-to
or
cleaner.
bleach. Yeah,
Ammonia
ammonia,
or
bleach,
bleach.
or rubbing alcohol. Which I
Yep.
do love rubbing alcohol. Still,
I like to
this
smell.
day. I will wipe everything with rubbing
You like to
alcohol.
smell ammonia?
No,
Ew, I
rubbing
hate
alcohol.
ammonia.
Rubbing
Okay.
alcohol.
I can't
Yeah.
do
Okay,
ammonia
let me pay
smell.
for this. I'll be right
All right,
back.
you
in a
pay.
minute.
I can't do ammonia smell. I will, like, if you want to see me go from 0 to so fucking pissed off, and I'm gonna cuss on this one, so fucking pissed off that I want to throat punch someone, make me smell ammonia. You know how many times my mom would clean a bathroom, and I mean
Same.
clean a bathroom, and then shove me in the fucking bathroom so that all I could smell was the fucking ammonia. And my eyes would be burning, my nose would be burning, and then you just sit there and think about what you said. Well, here I'm sitting there. Fuck off.
In the Sea Org, if everybody would go to the alcohol to wipe everything, but that would always be out, and so you'd only go to bleach or ammonia. And bleach, you either mess up your actual fingers,
Your hands, yeah,
and you would smell like it for a week, or you would just get high on ammonia and go crazy.
Yep. Or you have the really smart people, and I'm going to call them really smart people, because ammonia and bleach mixed together is actually mustard gas. For those of you that did not know, it is mustard gas. It is the shit that kills people. So if you mix ammonia and bleach together, it's mustard gas. And there's hundreds of times that people would be like scrubbing a floor with the bleach and then spray ammonia on top of it. And I'm like, I'm out. And they'd wonder why they were getting lightheaded. Mustard gas? Just a slight guess?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Probably a smidge not good for you.
Just a smidge.
Just
a smidge unhealthy.
Yeah. But hey, just say no to drugs. Don't worry about this stuff.
Yeah, say the ammonia and bleach, you're fine. You'll be fine. But
no worries.
Say no to drugs, and don't be gay, and don't masturbate. Because if you masturbate, then that's worse than ammonia and bleach, man. We can't help you there.
Yeah, you don't want any mastermonia.
Yeah. If you're like, I'm gonna mastermonia. No. Laura's trying so hard not to laugh.
She's being a professional lady. Look at her.
I know. She's the serious one out of the two of us.
I know. She can be really serious.
She can.
This is her mom's side. I love it though. She's like,
I know, right?
I'm a little get you. I love it.
I'm a little on the side that I should be like, Laura, I'm a little scared of what you are. Scared of your mom's side.
Yeah.
Like, it's asking me to behave.
Yeah.
And that can be difficult.
It can be difficult. That's very true.
So now we wanted to talk about dynamics.
Yeah, we'll go over that briefly. I gotta hop off in like 10 minutes.
I know. That's why I'm trying to make it fast.
I'm just gonna go over the dynamics.
So dynamics, I've gotten a couple messages where they say, what are the dynamics? Hold on, Miss Nora is messaging me.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey guys, I
There
love
she
you.
is.
I love you. I'll see you tonight.
Yes.
I'm gonna be on my live tonight. I love you.
Yes, everybody be there on the live.
Be safe, have fun.
See you in a
Scream
few
for
hours.
us all, scream for our hearts. I love you.
Ciao. Thank you.
Bye, babes.
Arrivederci. Super pup. Love you all. All I do is give a shit about you and your well-being. And I love that because you know what? Honestly, I could message Super Pup and say I'm having a bad day or I'm just not understanding, and immediately would talk back with me and see how I'm doing. And that to me is the reason I wanted to do this. Is, I wanted to have an open space where open communication, where you can talk about anything. You can bring up anything. If people want to know what our childhood was like, ask. I'll answer. Red, I can call her up and see how things are going. That's what we do. We call and check up on each other. The one that sends me unicorn farts, I could give her a call anytime and she would fill it in. But the idea that we finally have a safety net, a safe space, still blows me away.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody to forget our words, but what do I think of the dynamics of life? I will try to be as serious as I possibly can. It's fucking bullshit. It is a big sack of what the fuck. I know I don't normally cuss a lot, and I'm sorry, everybody. I am a sailor when it comes to the dynamics. First one is yourself. We're only going to go over the first 4 because those are the big ones.
Yeah.
There are a lot. And she only has 10 minutes, and it'll take us at least a good 30 minutes to describe what each dynamic is.
Yeah.
So the first dynamic is self. Okay. Second dynamic has 2 parts, A and B. And if you didn't know that, it's okay. It's basically your 2D partner, which is known as your second dynamic partner. You have family that's in there, and then your partner. So the person you're copulating with. That's the best way I can explain it. But you're not allowed to copulate until you're married. And you normally in the Sea Org, most men marry someone half their age. It's been my experience that most of the men in the Sea Org are in their 30s marrying a 14-year-old. That has been my experience while I was in the Sea Org, is seeing a lot of that.
That's not gross.
Yeah, it's
totally gross, guys.
You were graduating high school when my mom was giving birth to me. That is so sexy. Like, it just makes me warm in my pajamas.
Ooh.
But it's gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like, so you have your 2 dynamics there, and then you have the group. Okay. Now the group is like our circle of friends. It's literally like the people around you, your safety net. And then 4 is the world. Okay. And so one of Scientology's biggest statements, and most of us hate it, is whatever's good for the greatest number of dynamics. And so if they're forgetting the second dynamic, it's okay, because they're focusing on the world. It's okay if they're forgetting about the group and they're not giving a shit that their buddy right next to him is getting the shit kicked out of them by David Miscavige. Doesn't matter.
Miska who? Miska what? Miska bitch. Miska bitch.
Right.
Just had to put a little emphasis on that.
Yeah. Because, the world's shortest cult leader doesn't necessarily give him the correct emphasis. Because Napoleon considered himself pretty good, and he was only like 5'1". But they focus on a lot of it is as long as it's touching more dynamics. So 3 out of 4 is a hell of a lot better than 4 out of 4 for them. 2 out of 4, better, because it's the greatest good for the greatest number of dynamics. Geek Diva herself, thank you so much for showing up. But that's primarily where everything stands. Is it's, they put dynamics of life, and those dynamics. Holy crap, my eyes are blue. I don't know why that's bothering me so bad, because it's like I can see how big and blue they are.
How blue, yeah.
Right. But it's basically that sentence by itself is supposed to justify what our parents have done to us. They don't need to be parents because they're curing the world. They're saving the planet. Well, let's be realistic about what they're saving. The planet doesn't know who the fuck they are. Nope.
Oh.
The group? Yeah, we know who all the other Sea Org members were, who was a Sea Org member and who wasn't. There's lingo. What day the week ended for a Sea Org member. You'll never forget that time for the rest of your life. But then there's people like E that, God, I'm a little jealous of you that you did not fall for the horse shit.
I mean, but either way, you got some bit of it. It was still implemented. Mojave was like my big, holy shit, these people are as nuts as I thought. It is not good.
Right?
I never liked it. And I didn't like, but then being out there with no way to get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not fun.
But now you have now we're not going to discuss in detail about your family, but you have a family. You're a parent now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now that you're a parent, were your parents good parents?
Yeah. I honestly don't think they were horrible. I think that they're misguided with some of the things that they thought and implemented. There's some stuff that's just taken me a long time to unpackage because of their viewpoint on things. But they were not intentionally horrible and didn't do anything horrible. And that's why I've always tried to be very clear about that. I don't think that they or any kind of, and my mom was the main parent, and she wanted to be a mom bad. And so she fought against being a Scientologist versus being a mom. She wanted to be a mom more, which is, for me, I see it more now that she got a lot of shit probably for not being on course all the time, and instead chose to drive us around and do sports and soccer, baseball practices and different like practices, not soccer, we didn't do soccer, but like I did cheerleading for a hot second, football and baseball, and she wanted to do that. And I know that comes at a cost, because if you're a Scientologist, you're supposed to be a Scientologist first.
Yeah. Above anything else.
Yeah.
The only reason I got to play sports is because my Nana, she flat out asked me, she's like, what do you want to do? Because my mom really wanted me to go to the Sacramento org and do courses and classes there and get my auditing at the Sacramento org when we moved up here. And thank God she went there and she figured, all of them are out ethics. I was like, well, that's kind of good, I guess.
Well, that worked out for you, right? You dodged that.
Because otherwise my mom would have thrown me into auditing, and I'd have been like, she told me the other day, she's like, if your Nana would have just agreed to it, I would have gotten you child auditing so that you never would have missed out on child auditing. I had child auditing. I'm good. Like that was shit. But anyway, I know you have to go. Please, everybody, if you are not subscribed to the amazing Elysia at Degraded Daughters, please click the like, smash the subscribe. You always got to double check, because you never know.
I know. I keep checking mine, because I'm like, just to make sure that I'm still like, if I stop seeing someone's
I was unsubscribed to Aaron the other day. Literally to Aaron.
It's so
I
random.
was like, I watch him all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, how is it that I get unsubscribed?
Very weird. Yeah. And it's like, it's annoying.
And then those of us that have the channel, it gets concerning, because you're like, did I piss someone off? I just lost like 50 people. You're like, man, was that just not a good day? Or yes, here is E's channel. If you do have a chance, please head on over there, show her some love. We do the best that we can. We're here for a reason.
We're showing up. We're
Streets
showing
of LA.
up for our friends.
That's right. We're showing up. Streets of LA. Thank you for starting a new movement. And this movement is going to bring people down. I can already see it. People are going to fall. And this so-called religion is going to fall. Don't forget, tonight at 7:00 on Lara FM, she will be live at the Hollywood Guarantee building.
Yep. So check her out.
So please check her out. For everybody else, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging. And thanks to the TikTok crew for going out to Gold Base. Like, that takes balls.
Right.
And I'm gonna see you, and I appreciate you.
I'll see you there. Looking at me, looking at you.
I appreciate you. Right, because Liz went there. Because she got
I did. It was a little scary for me. That's why I had to pop an anxiety pill.
Which is also brilliant.
I know it's pretty brilliant, but at the same time, I was like, my anxiety was like, my heart was all. We're a Gold Base. So.
But she showed up.
I did. And I will continue to show up.
Compassion.
And if I don't get my dad out, it's okay. Because you know what? I've made a family out of this.
Yeah.
And that I will never, ever let go of.
Yeah.
So thank you all for being here.
Thanks for hanging, guys.
Thank you for hanging with us. And until we talk again, I will race you to the comments. Let's see who's there first. Oops.